Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NBA here for you today on Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. We have NBA player props spreads predictions here for you today. We got 4 picks that I think are great value bets for this Wednesday NBA slate. As always, we'd just like to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers. Guys, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys are able to spend this day with you guys' loved ones, and that you guys have a great day in that regard. Don't get too crazy into the sports betting tonight, but you guys know how that works. Make sure you guys follow us over on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at Straightforward Picks. More picks, content, research, recaps, ladder challenges, stuff like that. Great way to keep up with us there. Also, be sure to check out a community Discord page as well. Great way to connect with our community and to get access to more picks, research, and just the chat and stuff like that. I'm in there a lot too, so I'll be sure to check that out. Also, drop your favorite pick down below for today's action. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, guys, now it's time for a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. So as always, you see this beautiful list here running beside me of all of our Straight Fire MVPs. If you guys are interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP today, there is a join button down below. The cost is just $3.99 per month. You get access to our picks and plays early. That's really the biggest perk that you get from that. So basically, whenever I'm done with the research and the notes in the morning, I post them up in our community tab for all of our members, where you can view all the best lines and things of that nature. Also, a great way to support the channel and what we do here at the channel. The cost of that is just $3.99 per month. And like I said, it really goes a long way in supporting what we do here at the channel. So yeah, check that out. Check out, like I said, there's a join button. Also, comment section, description link for that. All right, enough on that. Let's do a recap from yesterday, guys. So it honestly was not our best day. It was not a good day at all. We ended up going 1-4. It was a terrible day yesterday, guys. Minus 3.63 units because we had 1.48 units on Tyler Herro. And obviously he didn't get there. We also had a 1/10 of a unit on for the sweep parlay, which didn't get there either. So it's a terrible day. The only play that we cashed was Karl Anthony Towns under 2.5 threes. He does get there rather easily. Only hits 1 for the game. That was a pretty easy cash overall. Jaden Ivey over 21.5 points. He goes 5 for 16 from the floor. Terrible shooting night and just didn't show up. Definitely anticipated more from him, and he just did not deliver. So missed on him. Missed on Jason Tatum under 34.5 points and assists. I believe he might have cashed this in the first half. I guess he took it personal. Every 3-point shot he took, it seemed like he made. He just got on a stupid roll in the first quarter where I think he hit like 3 or 4 threes right in a row. Got fouled on one of them. I was just like, this is just nasty. Just the way that goes sometimes. Then he had like, I don't know, he had like 8 or 10 points and assists in the second half. Didn't get much at all. And I'm like, that's just the way it goes sometimes, guys. It's just you get the very unlucky side of the draw. Nuts picked it up in the second half and made the game close. But obviously Tatum burned us there in the first half, so that obviously hurt. Missed the Magic money line. They were leading by like 8 early, and I thought it was gonna, be looking good most of the time. Then they just fell behind, and really just the Thunder controlled most of that game. So obviously, that hurt us as well. And then finally, we had Tyler Herro over 4.5 rebounds. This was our 1.48 unit play. He ends up with 3, and the Heat played great. Heat won on the road. If you told me the final score, I would have told you Herro would have had at least 5 rebounds, maybe more, but. Unfortunately, it didn't work out yesterday, guys. We had a terrible day. Been in a little bit of a rough stretch. But we're going to bounce back. Let's talk about our Comet Cappers, though. We had a great day again. We had Triple B with the Comet Capper call of the day, calling the Domantas Sabonis triple-double. That was plus 165 value. So that's a great call out there. Magic Man had Nick Claxton under 10.5 rebounds. Bet with the boys had the Brooklyn Nets plus 9 spread. And Lit Picks had Paolo Banchero over 22.5 points. So great call-outs there from our Comet Cappers. But let's get back after it today, guys. Let's get this 4-0 sweeper. We're dumbing it down to 4 picks because I really want to get a sweep before we head into the All-Star break. Get the momentum back here at the channel. So let's get after it today, guys. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we got Emmanuel Quickly under 5.5 assists here for the Toronto Raptors. Plus 114 odds on DraftKings. So guys, we got Quickly under in 6 of his last 8 home games so far with the Raptors. Under in 4 out of his last 4 games overall. Pacers here, fewest assists allowed to point guards for the season and over the last 7 games. So you guys will recall the other day, we took Trey Mann for the same line, under 5.5 assists. And obviously he burned us with 7. He got like 4 or 5 very early. Then like 1 to 2 after that. So I thought that was very fluky personally. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I still think the Pacers are great versus this point guard position. And I think this is another great spot where Quickly has not been hitting the over recently. Like I said, he's under in 4 straight games. And he's also under in 6 out of 8 home games with the Raptors. So I love seeing that. I think here this is kind of a high line for what he's doing recently. He's averaging 8.6 potential assists over his last 7 games. It's pretty low for a 5.5 assist line for sure. So I think the Pacers can keep him in check. The Pacers allow the 5th fewest assists overall in the NBA. So I think they get back on track in that department here. And honestly, I can once again see the Raptors get blown out. I really could. But Quickly, is not like not a typical point guard in some senses where he's just looking to pass the ball. He looks to score the ball a lot. And the ball also goes through Scotty Barnes a lot, too, who ends up getting a lot of assists. So I think here in this spot, I love it here for our number 1 pick, guys. They Quickly stays under. So love it there for our number 1 pick. We got Emmanuel Quickly under 5.5 assists here for the Toronto Raptors, plus 114 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we got Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 3-pointers made here for the Cleveland Cavaliers, plus 100 odds on PointsBet. So we got Mitchell here, 7 out of his last 10 to the over, 8 out of his last 10 over in home games. So we love seeing that. The Bulls here, the most threes allowed in the NBA for the season. Most threes allowed to shooting guards for the season, and 4th most to shooting guards over the last 7 games. So this is a terrific matchup here for Mitchell as far as in this department. I look for him to once again have a good game here versus the Bulls. So we've already seen him cash versus the Bulls this year with 4 3-pointers made earlier this season. So we love seeing that. He's averaging 9.2 3-point attempts per game for the season. So overall, he attempts a lot of threes. And if you look at since Garland came back, it's the same. Has not affected his 3-point volume. He's still attempting a ton of threes since Garland came back, which we love seeing that. If anything, help him having Garland and Mobley more options should help free open the floor there for Mitchell. And like I said, I see him going over here in this line, versus the Bulls team that doesn't defend the perimeter very well. At least they haven't for the season. So, love it there, guys. For our number 2 pick, we got Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 3-pointers made here for the Cleveland Cavaliers, plus 100 odds on PointsBet. Okay, and at number 3, we got the Charlotte Hornets plus 7 spread versus the Atlanta Hawks. Minus 112 odds on DraftKings. I get so locked into reading notes. And yeah. But here, guys, I love this. I love this play here today versus the Hawks. I really do. We've seen the Hornets win 5 of the last 6 meetings here versus the Atlanta Hawks. So obviously we like that. Hornets 2-0 with the newly acquired talent of Mann, who burned us the other day, Seth Curry, and Micic. These guys have played very good actually since coming over, which we like seeing that. And really, the big thing for me with the Hornets was, the big problem with the Hornets recently is they just didn't have players to put on the floor to surround Bridges and Miller. It was literally feeling like it was just Bridges and Miller every night. And then whoever else, I don't know. I don't even know who they were bringing in half the time because they had so many injuries and so many guys that were, maybe possibly going to be traded, all this type of stuff. So it was just a lot of that type of action going on. And now you actually got some players. You got some bodies. And the bodies that they picked up are pretty reliable players. We've seen Trey Mann play very good here for the Hornets so far. We talked about his assists, and he's been scoring the ball as well. Micic has played very well, had 18 points in his debut there versus the Grizzlies. So they've really got some nice, couple nice pickups there, and they've really helped them out, and they've gone 2-0 so far, with a win over the Grizzlies and the win over the Pacers, which was a very good win, in my opinion, versus the Pacers. And here, I don't see the Hawks deserving of being 7-point favorites. I honestly think the Hornets are going to have a great shot to win this game. I think this is one you could take the money line. I almost did, honestly. This is one I would honestly feel pretty good about taking the money line. Hornets have had great success versus the Hawks. Hawks have been a terrible road team for a long time, including this year. They're 9-16 on the road against the spread, 3rd worst in the NBA. They're just 11-15 on the road. This team really didn't change much. So that's why, it's more important that we're looking at what the Hawks do on the road, because their team really didn't change at the trade deadline. The Hornets did, though. And the Hornets, with the newly acquired talent, so far 2-0. And so far looking pretty solid. Small sample size, but really I think Bridges and Miller they're obviously very talented players. I think they've gotten even better having to be relied on so much. And now you could sprinkle in some talent around them, some reliable talent. Hornets could be dangerous, guys. You know, it's kind of like we talked about with the Pistons, although the Pistons didn't show up last night. But the Hornets here, guys, I honestly think, you know, especially at home in this spot, 7 points is just simply too much to favor the Hawks by, honestly. It just is. This Hawks team has proven absolutely nothing on the road. So, love it there, guys. For number 3 pick, we got the Charlotte Hornets +7 spread here versus the Atlanta Hawks. -112 odds on DraftKings. Okay, guys, and finally at number 4, we got Jaren Jackson Jr. over 8.5 rebounds and assists, -108 odds on FanDuel. So, guys, Jackson Jr. now starting at center for the Grizzlies with the recent trades that happened. Obviously, Xavier Tillman getting traded away, and obviously some changes there. So now you got Jackson Jr. really is the biggest body left on the Grizz. So for this being an 8.5 line for rebounds and assists, I find that kind of disrespectful. It makes sense based on the trends in some ways, but I think here now going forward, I think you'll see Jaren Jackson get more rebounds and potentially assists. The assists, though, he's been doing well in the assist department lately. It's really just been the rebounds that you go, how's this dude just getting 4 to 5 rebounds a game? It doesn't make a lot of sense because he's a pretty big-bodied guy. But now, like I said, he's going to be filling up the paint more, starting at center. We got him as a plus 2.79 projection on props.cash for this line. So that really kind of stands out. It's kind of what they're thinking, too. With him projected to get about 12 rebounds and assists. And honestly, I could see that. That's exactly what I could see today. He's gone over in 6 of his last 10 games, 4 out of his last 7 at home. So he's been starting to cash this line lately. He's just 1 out of 3 versus the Rockets this year, but obviously the situation is totally different, right? And here, a Rockets team that doesn't really shoot or play well, particularly on the road. They allow the 6th most rebounds overall. So I think there'll be rebound opportunities here for Jackson. He'll just have to get some rebounds. And the Rockets allow just the 3rd fewest assists, but really his assist line is so low that to me that's kind of void. If you think about it, like I think he's going to get 2 to 3 assists anyway, at least, because the offense runs through him all the time now. Obviously, he's the only star left on the team, so he gets the ball in the post. He'll be able to kick it out to some shooters. And I think he'll get 4 to 5 assists. I also think he'll get 7 to 8 rebounds today as well. Like I said, being at center, he should be able to get that. And he normally plays a pretty high amount of minutes. 35 to 40 minutes is about what you could expect him to play. And here, like I said, with the Rockets team that just doesn't shoot that well on the road, should see a lot of rebound opportunities here for Jackson Jr. And like I said, even assist chances here on the perimeter of that offense again, once again, running through him. So, love it there, guys, for number 4 pick. We got Jaren Jackson Jr. over 8.5 rebounds and assists, -108 odds on FanDuel. All right, guys, now we're going to post our For the Sweep parlay. So you'll see this posted up on the screen. All 4 of our picks parlayed together. 10th of a unit on this. We're going to get a 4-0 sweep, guys. It's going to happen. I'm not even worried about that. Today's the day. We got to roll into the All-Star break with some momentum and get it back. We've had definitely a rough stretch here, and it has not been our best. So let's bounce back. Let's get this sweep. I appreciate all of you guys and your support, even during our rough stretches. You guys know how it is. We don't win every day, and unfortunately, sometimes you get into a little bit of a funk where things just aren't going your way. So let's bounce back today. Let's stay positive, and I wish you guys all the best. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys are able to celebrate with your significant other, and that you have a great day. And other than that, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you all next time. Peace out.